What's going on, guys? This is Jay, and today is Sunday, August 9th of 2020, and it has taken a while to get this video out. We've been doing a lot of work in the fields these past couple of weeks. It's been back to back busyness, markets, trying to keep the fields up, trying to get maintenance done, and trying to do anything. We have been in it and doing a lot, so I'm going to let me talk a little bit live, and then we'll jump into the day's work. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay, and today is Sunday, August the 9th of 2020. It's a beautiful morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Check it out. We're down here in those beautiful fields of Landgraf today. We had a little roadside market yesterday. It was pretty cool. And I did some grass cutting in here yesterday. That was pretty awesome. We did some harvesting of beans yesterday. We took out the last crop of contender beans. We went ahead and pulled all of those plants. Sky and Marshall and Felicia and myself, we pulled all of those bean plants out of this field right yonder. Pulled them all out, and we're going to replant today, which is pretty awesome. I'm excited. And next week we're going to have Blue Lake bush beans. Check this out, guys. Look at those beans. Those are Blue Lake bush beans. We're going to have Blue Lake bush beans next week, so that's pretty exciting, guys. Pretty exciting. But we're also going to have some corn ready next week. I didn't want to tell nobody, but I'm telling you guys now, we're going to have corn ready next week. That's pretty exciting. We're going to have cherry tomatoes ready next week. Because you know why? Cherry tomatoes is ready this week. Not for y'all, but for me they are. What do you think about that? So, check out these tomato trees. This is our wall of tomatoes. Amazing wall of tomatoes. So, right now, me and Felicia are down here in the fields. Sky and Marshall are going to meet us here in just a few minutes. They're coming with the other two tillers, and we're going to jump in here and get some stuff done. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited about this, guys. Getting another crop of beans in here. We've already went through one. Blue Lake bush are coming on next, so that will be the second crop. Then behind that we will have contender beans again in the upper fields of Landgraf on Sky and Marshall's end of the farm. Then right after that we will have Ferrari bush beans. If we don't have Ferraris in between, we will have Ferrari bush beans right after that. And then tailing in at the end of the beans, we're going to have Royal Burgundy beans. That's a purple bean, guys. Delicious purple beans. And check out these brassicas over here behind me, or beside me. We picked out a bunch of brassicas yesterday. We come in and did another treatment, or Felicia did another treatment. I've been healing up from that chest injury. I'm able to lift things again. And I'm getting a phone call. Who could it be? So, keep rocking it with me. Back into the time lapse, baby. But check this out. There's little baby pumpkins in there. Little orange baby pumpkins. That's pretty cool. That's exciting. I'm checking out the squash and cucumbers this morning. We're waiting on Sky and Marshall to come. They're about 10 minutes out. So we have time to run through and do a little bit of field assessment and see what we need to do down here. Need to get in here and do some weeding and weed eating later on as soon as I get a chance to. I'm trying to check out and see what we got growing on in here, guys. I want to see some more watermelons this size. I want to find out where they're at. But first we're going to run through the squash. And it looks like there's a few squash coming on, which is pretty exciting, because these were the second planting of squash. They come on a little bit later than the other ones. And Looks like those cucumber hills are doing a little bit better than what they were since we went through that drought last week. Really did a number on them, guys. It really hurt my cucumbers a little bit. We had to go in and spot plant some cucumbers in there, but that's okay. We have another crop of cucumbers coming on in the upper fields on Sky's end of the farm. But right now, I'm walking through, and look at this. Look at that precious baby watermelon. Oh my goodness, the size of my hand. I want to find one the size of this one was. There's another one right there. There's a few in here. I'm not going to go into it too much. We have more to do up on this end. But I'll take you guys through the brassicas. We'll check on those and see how they're doing. They're pretty awesome. These are the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to have to get in and take some leaves off of the bottom. That way they can start producing. Looks like they're producing little Brussels sprouts, guys. That's pretty awesome. I never seen Brussels sprouts grow before. But I'm seeing little tiny nodes of Brussels sprouts in here. Let me show you on this plant here. Check that out. That will be a Brussels sprout right there. Those little bumps right there. Let me get in there. I will try to zoom that in on the camera when I do the video edit so you can see those a little bit better. But yeah, there's all kinds of greens growing on in here. There is some damage on the tops of the greens, but that's okay, because as we go up those plants and pull off those bottom leaves, all the new leaves that come out, they will not be damaged. And I'll take those damaged leaves home and I will cook them up and eat them, because if the bugs were eating them, that means that they don't have chemicals, guys. They don't have pesticides, guys. They don't have man-made fertilizers, guys. This is beyond organic down here. This is truly beyond organic, better than what you can get at the store. We're not certified organic, but I know exactly everything that goes into this, and most of it comes from right here. It all comes out and goes in right here. So we have some cardboard laid out here. We have a little bit more cardboarding to do. We'll get in and do that later on in the week, because that stuff really does help and does wonders for this soil when retaining moisture. We have a bunch of peppers up here that need to be dealt with the cardboard. Here's the other planting of squash. We're hoping to maybe get in here today and do a little bit of tilling in here to do a crop of beans. I'm going to try to get this weed eater going today. That way I can start getting it cut before Sky and Marshall get here. Maybe I can get a 10-minute jump on them and really get through there. But check out these peppers. We come through and weed eated around all of our peppers today. Hopefully we'll get them tillers down in here today to knock out some of this grass and whatnot, so I don't have to keep weed eating as much of it. Maybe just in between the plants and stuff. But that's pretty cool. There's that corn over there. Some of it did better than others, but I think it's still going to be all right. And I'm going to kick you back into a time lapse, and I'm going to get in here and do some stuff. So keep rocking it with us, and we'll catch you after the time lapse sometime. So let's have a little bit of breakfast, lunch, little snacky snack, and I'm going to lay out a little bit of cardboard until Sky and Marshall get here. Front part of these tomatoes, and they're here, so it's time to do some work. We're going to till up this patch of old contender beans that we took out, and we're going to plant new beans in here. But first we have to get this field looking right. We have to till it up, get the ground good to go. That way we can replant, reseed, and do what we need to do to make it happen. These Honda tillers make it a lot easier in doing tilling and things like this. We normally would bring the tractor in and disc an area like this with the disc on the tractor, but it's not that big of an area to do. We knocked the entire field out in probably about 2.5 hours. Not bad for a short day's work on this part of the field anyway. So we're going to go ahead and take it out, get it cleaned up, get it looking nice. We're going to get some new beans in here. We're going to put some different types of beans in here this time, run some experimentation, see what we can grow in here. We've already pulled one crop out of here. The next crop of beans to come out will be those Blue Lake Bush on the right hand side of the field and of the screen there. We do have about 8 rows of Blue Lake Bush planted over there, and I'm pretty excited about harvesting those. It's going to be pretty cool to see those beans come on. We did some Blue Lake Bush at home, and they turn out to be pretty awesome. Right now, Fee is taking the camera for a short tour down the field so I can tell you guys what we got growing on. She is just now going through those tomato patches in block 2 and block 3. That is on the left side of the screen there. There's block 3, the tomatoes in there. They are doing great. We'll be picking tomatoes out of here next week. Pretty heavy. We'll be able to take green tomatoes out for the first tomatoes of the market and all of that good stuff. Now she's coming up on the brassica patch where we have all of those collards and kale that we have put back for greens for the winter time. After the frost hits these things, they're going to be popping. They're going to be good and sweet. And now she's coming up on to block 5 where we have the watermelon. Look at those water baby melons, those water babies. I'm excited about those. Those will be ready to go in about 4 weeks, I hope. Looks like that's what we got on those before we be pulling those out and harvesting those. Very exciting time. On the other side, we have pumpkins. We have the sugar baby pumpkins. Those watermelons are crimson sweet watermelons, by the way, if you want to go by name. And there is a long shot of that beautiful field of Landgraf that we get to see so much. We also have some other things planted in here. You can see the pumpkins as she's walking through there, but we also have crookneck squash planted in here, along with our cucumbers along that fence over there. Those cucumbers took a pretty hard hit when we had that drought back in June, and we're paying for it now with not having many cucumbers in there, but that's okay. We have mustard greens coming on. We'll be picking out mustard greens for markets when we start to do more of the markets ourselves, now that we've ventured into the markets, which is pretty awesome. We'll have plenty of those mustard greens to pick out. And it looks like she is going to go over to the rows of straight neck squash. This is the other type of yellow squash that we grow. I think that next year we're going to gear up to predominantly grow the prolific straight neck squash. That's pretty awesome. I'm not too into the crookneck. And she's going to take you through the cornfield. That's directly on the other side of the tomatoes in block 2. That's that candy corn. Very sweet corn. Well, it's not very sweet, but it's a good canning corn. I like it. It's pretty good corn. First time we grew that before, so it's pretty awesome. And she's going to take you down through those rows of Blue Lake bush beans that we'll be harvesting next. We'll be harvesting these beans out next, which is pretty exciting. Got plenty of beans coming on there, so we'll be ready to go. And she looks like she's back at the top where we are doing some tiller work, which is pretty awesome. Got the tillers going through there, hammering some stuff out, taking out the last crop that was in there, getting the ground prepared for the next crop to go in. We're going to let this field sit after we get it chopped up for a day or so. I don't know, we might get in and plant it tomorrow. She's giving you a view of some of the weeded flowers that we have around the garden. And back into that real fast time lapse. Sometimes we have to get down, hands and knees, pull out rocks and some of the roots to get the ground ready, but that's okay. We're going to double plant the beans this time and try to get twice as many beans as we had in here before. Before we had, I think it was 6 rows of contenders in here. We're going to try to get more beans in here. We're going to plant the beans 10 inches apart and rows, and then we're going to put 3 feet in between that and do another 10 inches apart, 2 rows of beans. So we'll have a row of beans, 3 feet, and then we'll have a row of beans. We'll go 10 inches, another row of beans, and we'll go 3 feet again. You can see what I'm doing there. So we're going to have little nice hedges of beans when these come in. I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to work out. We'll probably have to get in here and work some of it by hand. I'm not sure how it's going to work out with the 10 inches in between, but we'll see and see how it goes. And Felicia's picking out quite a bit of rocks there. That'll be rocks that we don't have to get out next year. And hopefully at the end of the year, we can maybe get some plows or something, some bottom plows, and we can turn all of this ground over. But we got plenty of time to worry about that. We'd also like to get a brush hog at some point in time this year. That way we can maintain the grass and cut fields better. That way we're not weed eating as much, and we'll be able to maintain more. We got to fuel up the tillers again because we've already ran through a tank of gas, which is pretty awesome. And we got a little bit more work to do down here today, but we're going to get it hammered out. Marshall had to leave to get some bolts for some of the tillers because some of the bolts are missing where the tines go around. We just picked up these tillers a couple weeks ago, and it's going to be pretty awesome. My mom come for a visit, and I think she is going to drop us off some drinks later. She was taking a drink order, so we have some drinks coming, which is going to be pretty cool when we get up high in the day and it's hot and we're thirsty. So we'll have plenty of that going on. And it's about time to take a break. It's starting to get hot out here. We have the field done. It's all finished. Not done like a turkey, but the field and tilling is finished. So we're going to take a short little break and try to get out of this heat, hide under the shade of this truck right here, and chop it up and talk about what we're going to do next. Because next we have beans to work in the upper fields of the farm. We got plenty of beans going up there. There are lots going on up there that we have to take care of. We have 88 rows of beans up there, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty sweet, pretty awesome. We're going to get in there and try to take care of some of those today. See how far along we can get on getting that tilled and worked. Some of them for the first time. We might be going on second time for some of the other ones, which is pretty cool. We have a lot of beans that's going to be coming off at the end of the year, so I'm excited to be getting all of this done. The markets have been going well. We did our first successful market of the year, which was pretty awesome. It feels good to be getting the market stand set up and getting some of the produce out into the hands of the people. I know that the Youth Growers Association of McDowell County, or the McDowell County Youth Growers Association, been taking the bulk of our produce thus far and taking it to their markets, which is pretty awesome because they're getting the food out to the community as well, and they're learning some marketing skills. But we're learning a lot too. We're learning a lot about how to keep our crops, how to do better. We're learning what works and what don't work. We're going to be able to take some of these things into the field next year, have a stronger game next year. It's pretty exciting. We're going to have corn soon. Very excited about corn because the corn has been super sweet. We've been munching on a little bit of it. We'll probably be taking it out the next couple of days. That field is going to be ready, and we're going to be in there picking corn, guys. And that's when things get serious. Things are going to get busy. And that's why my videos are a month behind now. But that's okay, because I'm still getting them out as fast and quickly as possible. Still trying to pack some information in there for you guys. I can tell you this: corn is one of the cash crops. Corn is one of the best things that we have planted this year, in my opinion, thus far. I know what it's going to do at the market, and it's pretty cool. You're going to get to see that coming up. You're going to get to go along with that journey. You've been with us this far, so I hope we can keep it entertaining. But now it is time to load up the tillers and get up to the other fields. We have work to do. So we're going to go on through those beautiful fields of Landgraf, McDowell County, West Virginia, the beautiful, wild, and wonderful. Yes, beautiful, wild, and wonderful. Say it again. And we're coming up on those beans. All this is beans on the right hand side. We got the zucchini and we have squash over there too, but we're going to predominantly work in the beans today, see how much we can get done, get these tillers off the trucks, have all 3 of these tillers going. It's going to be pretty cool. We got to fuel them up, get them ready to get down into these beans. We have contender bush beans, we have Ferrari bush beans, and we have Royal Burgundy bush beans that we're going to be popping off today. But now it's time to have a short little lunch break. It is lunchtime. We've been working outside already for more hours than most people put into a daily working job. We've already gotten most done. We do more in one day, usually by the time people have had their coffee in the morning. So we have a lot going on. It's pretty exciting. I'm glad to be taking you all along on this journey with us this year. This is a big learning year for us when it comes to markets, when it comes to planting, when it comes to crops. We do a quick walk down and assessment, what we're going to start, what we're going to do, and we're off to the races. Look at that ground turning over, guys. We're trying to stir the ground up and get some air back into the soil for when it rains, that this ground acts like a sponge, soaks up that water and it's not sitting on top. We don't want it to get in on our crops and start causing mold and things like that. There's those drinks. Mama dropped off those Gatorades and we're back at it. We're going to keep going at it until we get all of these beans done.
You're trying to make my eye really hurt when she punches me, ain't you? What? No.
So we got some more tilling to do, and Felicia's learning a little bit about the tiller. She got to till a little bit there. I don't know if you guys caught that, but you can take the video back and check that out. She is getting it done on there. She can run these tillers too. It's not that tough of a job to do, and we're all just slamming through this field. As you can see, we're almost back to the top, and it's time for another lunch break. We've already been at it for probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I have blood glucose I need to handle, so that's what we're doing. We're all taking a lunch break out of the sun, drink a little bit of coffee, chop it up, talk it out, walk it out, do what we got to do to make this thing happen. And now it's time to get back to work. Time to get back to the till, fill up the gas tank, get going again, do the things we do, because that's what we do. Can you dig it? So right now we're going through and trying to pull out some of the bigger weeds around the plants, because we'll come back through next after we get the main work, the body of work done, or finished, finished, not done like a turkey, right, Felicia? Work gets done. Okay. Work gets done. You know.
You do the work.
We're not going to do it like a turkey, but we'll finish it like a pro, right? That's okay.
Work gets done.
Work gets done. So I can use the word like that, she said. I'm allowed to do that. Okay, that's cool. We'll use done. We can do that. We will do it. We will get it done. Get it finished. You know, get the thing did. Can you dig? Got a little bit more of that water weed to take out. That stuff is invasive. It is a type of bamboo, correct?
Yes.
This water weed is a type of bamboo, and it is invasive. It is truly invasive. You have to get all of the root out. You have to get it all the tops cut off, all of that to keep it out. But it's pretty cool. We're getting it done, crawling around on the ground, playing in the dirt, you know, getting all those microorganisms and all that bacteria under our fingernails, doing what we need to do to stay healthy, building strong immune systems, creating a good environment. And it's time to load the tillers up, guys. We are coming to an end of the day, and I'm pretty excited because it has been a long one, and I've been trying to get this video edited for over a week now. I've been slowly editing as I can when I have time, trying to put the video together. Then we have to go in and do audio, and then we have to go in and do our texts and our overlays and all of that. There's a lot that goes into these videos, and hopefully later on in the year I can get to showing you how I edit these videos with other videos. But that's it, guys. Thank you for checking us out. I hope it was entertaining watching what we do every day. That's what we do to keep these crops maintained. I hope that you're growing something at home. If you like the video, hit the like down below. You can subscribe for more videos. Hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. And until next time, can you dig it? Woo!
It's not related to bamboo.
Got another one. Oh, it's not related to bamboo. We're still recording. I lied. It was a little fib. I didn't mean to. It's okay. Not related to bamboo. That was Fee. Blame Fee for that one. It's okay. Do your own research.